We're in today with the Radeon HD 8570. This is a 2013 video card with 384 shaders. It's got 2 GB of VRAM DDR4 running with 780 MHz on the core clock, 900 MHz on the memory clock, 128 bits bus width, and today we're gonna pair it up with this i7-6950X with 10 cores and 20 threads. Very interesting video card, or should I say video card, maybe like a display adapter, because it's got X8 on PCI Express, but I think because of that shader and the amount of VRAM it's got, I think this is an actually capable video card. The best thing we can do is just jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. This is gonna be very interesting. I'm actually curious what's the sound level on this one. Let's see. The smallest quickie. It's loud. Listen, it's so small and loud. I'm gonna put it on automatic because I want to see if it's holding on the temperature. I'm actually curious. Can you hear it here? Not a lot of sound here in the main microphone. I think, yeah, I'm gonna put it on automatic and leave the MS Afterburner do its thing and hold on the temperature. Yeah, let's go into some games and see how it works. Let's start with Battlefield and see how this display adapter is holding. All right, let's see what we got here. I think it's 720p with maximum details. Yeah, it's 720p with ultra. Let's start from low details and see if we can actually get playable FPS, because 20 FPS is not okay, seriously, fam. So 720p with low details gives me 60 FPS. I'll take it. All right, so what temperature I have? 55. This is good temperature, and the way it looks and the way it's running, it feels like a display adapter. But the fact that I'm playing some games online, it's just pure awesomeness in this case. Seriously. So I'll do a recap. What I've seen in GPU-Z, it's got 2 GB of VRAM. You know, so in this case, I got 1.3 GB of VRAM allocated and 800 processed. That's good, you know. 2 GB of VRAM from 720p with 900p can actually do the job. If the game is got like performance mode, then you can go with 1080p and performance mode. I think that's the trick in this situation. But all in all, I can say this is an awesome performance. Look at this. I got like, okay, it's not awesome. I got 40 FPS, 54 FPS. I was like, yeah, awesome performance, 60 FPS with this, and it's caca. All right, Battlefield. Yeah, Battlefield is a fucking easy game for this video card. Seriously, you just have to put low details and it needs to run with 91080p. But if it's 720p and it's struggling, I'm gonna have some big problems here. Seriously, look at that. This is awesome. I mean, yeah, I can't ask too much from this video card. I knew from the start this is a display adapter, you know. So if I can play some games with this online, I will call this a big W. I want some older titles with this. 2013. I mean, considering the year of it, I think the best thing I can do is something like 2013, 2010, stuff like that, you know, some older games with this. And it's gonna be okay, you know. Don't just exaggerate with this, and it will be okay in this case. Let's take a look and see how it's running with Battlefront on 720p with low details. 47 FPS. This is gonna be very interesting. Maybe I can actually do something here. Let's see what we can do. I got 1.8 GB of VRAM allocated and 1.3 process. Even the temperature on this occasion is nearly there to 60 degrees, but you can see that doesn't have any problems. It's doing a fantastic job in this situation with the video card, and it's holding pretty well. So if I'm interested on playing this game with this video card, it is possible, but I have to be very careful on the VRAM side, because apparently it's allocating too much here. Seriously, I got like 50 FPS in this case. I think I can go lower in the resolution so I can utilize this video card in some games online. Oh my god, the FPS dropped really low. 34 on minimal. I mean, it's almost there on the side with unplayable, but it's holding okay-ish theoretically. Look at that. Overall performance here, it's almost okay with 720p. I think it needs more power on the core in order to deliver more FPS, but overall performance it's almost there with 56 FPS. I had the balls to actually come here in PUBG to actually try to play this game with 720p and low details. This is a very interesting performance this video card is offering, but I need to be very careful because I have no standing chance here. It's starting the game, but on the lowest resolution with lowest quality, I have no standing chance. I got nearly 1.9 gig of VRAM allocated and 1.7 process. So in this situation, you can clearly see that it's almost there on the performance side with this video card. It's maxed out to the teeth in this case. It doesn't have any problems on utilizing the resources from the video card. This game, I think the only way I can do it is by lowering the render scale in this case. It's got render scale on 100%, and I think if I put 720p with lowest render scale, that is I think around 70% or something like that, it's gonna have a very nice fluent FPS. Let's try that. I'm actually curious. Render scale, oh, 90%. It was on 90%. Oh no, it was on the left side, I think. When two people are fighting, always the third guy is gonna win. You remember that. All right, so in PUBG, apparently with this video card, there is no standing chance on lowest resolution, lowest quality. I have no way on actually getting a playable FPS. Seriously, this video card is not very capable of. Shaders are too low, performance on the core is too slow, and I can actually see it's nothing you can do here. I mean, the VRAM itself, maybe the problem is with the VRAM. You know, I got only nearly 1.9 gig of VRAM. Maybe it's not allocating the maximum because it cannot allocate everything at maximum. So that means maybe the VRAM is maxed out. But no, the core is 99% load, so it's distracting me because I don't know which one is which one. Regardless, in this case, the CPU doesn't have any problems. I got like 15-80% load on the CPU, under 20% load, 12.3 gig of system RAM, and 15.3 gig of virtual memory. This is a good performance, you know, but if I had to play this, it would be very horrible for me because I couldn't know how to move the mouse here. So the moment I started the game, I died, and I was like, okay, let me see how the other players are working with this. Very, very good, you know, very good to see that this video card is not capable of. I couldn't play PUBG like this, you know, with 30 FPS. I got 19 FPS on minimal and 17 on 1%. So the video card is maxed out. Temperature wise doesn't affect it because it doesn't have a lot of power consumption in order to get this working. But yeah, I'll say this is good, you know, this is an awesome performance from the video card, but not in this game. So PUBG, take it out from the list. So let's see how it's running in Fortnite with 720p on performance mode, barely holding 60 FPS. If it doesn't hold, I can adjust the render scale because yeah, I need a couple of games that actually works really nice with this. I need to claim victory with this video card in Fortnite in order to see if I can get playable FPS. 60 FPS is not bad, seriously, with this. 60 FPS on average is not that bad, you know. I think I can do it with a little render scale modification. If I hold this like this, I will say it's a nice, good performance from this. 99% load on the video card score is good because I got 61 degrees on this occasion. Seeing the computer running with 200 watts consumption from the wall is good, and not consuming a lot of wattage from the GPU side, it's okay. Considering the size of it, there is nothing it can consume, you know. It doesn't have any external power supply, one slim unit video card, you know. It's like this is a display adapter, not a high-end video card. On the system side, I got nearly 12 gig of system RAM with 13 gig of virtual memory. Virtual memory is bigger, it's got bigger utilization in this case. Why? The fact that I managed to reach top 10 with this video card in Fortnite, it's an example that the video card can actually give me a little entertainment. I'm really trying my best to find some games that works on this, and Crossout is one of them. Seriously, let me explain because I'm working my ass off here in order to make it work. I have to activate legacy GPU. Legacy GPU option is this one, yeah? Put it to 720p, put Windows screen on 720p, and disable everything. And I got playable FPS like 70. Let's do a reset here. and hopefully I'm gonna get some content here, maybe some drop in the FPS. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not. Let's see. I wanna help here. Managed to destroy somebody. Dude, this game is fantastic. It's only utilizing 900 megabytes of VRAM, so it's okay on this situation. This is good. Playable FPS in this case. Oh no. Why did Joseph manage to kill me? That's a bot! I died by a bot. Regardless, maximum core load in this case, I got barely 10% load from the CPU, 7.5 gig of system RAM. It's okay theoretically. So I got like 66, 80 FPS actually on average with 66 on minimal. This is a good game, seriously. I'm not joking. Online managed to do 70, 80 FPS on average, and that's the only thing that matters, you know. So the quality is not that great. You can play with the render scale and you can actually see the game is doing okay theoretically, you know. So I will call this a big win because he can do the job, and that's it. That's the only thing that matters. Very interesting performance in World of Tanks with this computer, and let me explain why. I got low details in this case. I don't have minimal. I'm actually surprised. Usually there is low and minimal and it disables all the texture, but I think I'm on HD and this is the lowest quality that I get here. I think they changed it, and I think on Ultra is gonna be totally different than previous time. All right, so I got 1080p. Let's do one more time. 1080p with 60% render scale. So 1.2 gig of VRAM loaded here. I mean allocated, and 990 processed. Very interesting. I like it. I like this because the video card is struggling and it's almost not delivering the performance. I think that if I swap it from HD to SD quality, then I can get minimal. I can get more performance from this. So I remember for World of Tanks being a very good and friendly game for older hardware, you know, like low-end hardware. 80 FPS, it's okay. 78 on average. The only problem I have with this is that minimal and 1%, because on minimal I got like 44 FPS, and in World of Tanks it's not very high-paced game, but you need some good amount of minimals. I'm actually curious because I'm on full screen. What happens if I put, let's say, 1366 or something like that? But that's a 16 by 9. Okay, so 1366, it's a 16 by 9 resolution. 160 FPS. All right, we can do some custom settings here. Put 100% back now on the render scale. This is okay. 80 FPS. So lowering the resolution, giving me back the render scale, apparently it's beneficial for this. This is gonna be very interesting, because if it's not working in Dota, I don't care about this video card. But if it's working, it's giving me the right FPS, you know what I will say? You know what? I will keep this, you know? Let's go into the video. They changed the menu here. I don't understand it. Okay, so I'm on best looking in maximum, high quality, medium, and low. Let's start with low. Let's do a reset, 100 FPS. So if I put low quality, I can play the game. This is how I played back in the days, you know? So if I want to play Dota with an 8000 series display adapter, apparently I can do it. Let's see how much resources getting. 95% load on the video card's core, 800 allocation, and for barely 500 processed in this case. Not a bad performance from this computer in this situation with maximum load on the core almost. Let's do one more time a reset. 120 FPS on average. This is not bad. Okay, in this situation you can actually see the video card is doing great here with this low 720p because it's the desktop resolution with low quality. I got nice averages here. I managed to sustain a couple of drops in the FPS. How much? 69 on minimal. Nice. Minimal 69. Yes, please. 98 on average and 59 on 1%. Very good performance overall in this situation with this display adapter in Dota 2. I need to bring some proper games for this video card. This is an old video card. This is not powerful. I mean, 2013 is not that old, you know. I mean, it's very old. you know, but it's not a high-end video card, you know, because if I take 2013 video cards and say, you know what, from 2013 on do cojones from 2013, I can play some games, you know, but this is like the, you know, it feels like that, seriously. All right, so all jokes aside, it's a low-end display adapter, and I need to put some older titles. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on XP machine or Windows 7. Actually, Windows 7 would be very interesting to see this video card, but I wanted to see an older game to see how it's performing. So this is 1080p with low details in Vegas, yes? So from here, I can adjust it because I got only 50% load on the core, 300 megabytes of VRAM allocated, and 100 processed. 60 FPS, good temperature, everything is good here. So I think from this point I can say, you know what, let's max it out and on the quality and see how it's holding, because until now everything here is good. You know, if it doesn't pass 50%, then I think I can max it out. Let's try. And all of a sudden I actually thought I had high hopes for this, seriously. 38 FPS with maximum load, 600 megabytes. Oh my god, it's lagging, seriously. Look at the frame time, 20-30 FPS. Okay, so maybe 1080p is too much for this. Maybe 1024 or 720p. I think 720p is gonna cut it. 720p is gonna be good. I wanna keep that 16:9 aspect ratio. All right, so 1080p apparently doesn't cut it here, but I got like 6.9 gig of system RAM utilized here with 2% on the CPU. That's a joke. I got a 170 watts consumption. Yo. All right, 720p, here I come. All right, 720p. Okay, so what is, ooh, look at this. 720p. Oh, 720p on ultra details doesn't cut it. This is insane to see this video card running like this. Maybe it doesn't like ultra details. Maybe the VRAM is not doing the job, but I got 2 gig of VRAM. I got, look at this, we got 599 megabytes allocation and 444 on process side. So maybe the core is too slow. Apparently this is it. You know, maybe I can put medium details and lower the resolution 1024 and I can get away with it. You understand the point on this situation with Vegas. Vegas, it's a beautiful game, you know. If you didn't play Vegas, you have to play it with a dodgy computer first with low quality and get the feel of it. And when you have a powerful computer, max it out with the highest resolution and highest quality, and you're going to enjoy it for even better. I like this idea, seriously. This video card is offering, because it's offered me the struggle that I had back in the days. You know, to put lower resolution, lower quality and play the game like that. It doesn't matter, because I already play with PCI Express or low-end PCI Express video card and AGP video cards, and I understand what this game it's offering me in this situation. 46 FPS with ultra details on 720p, it's not bad. I like this. You know why? Because I already got a lot of low profile video cards, and this is going to go really nice in that bundle. One day I will just turn up to benchmark and I will say, you know what, I'm gonna do the battle of low profile video cards. There are so many now, they got really interesting performance. This is a PCI Express 8X in this situation. There's video cards similar with the same brackets, similar with the same size of the GPU that has more X on the PCI Express, but yeah, definitely interesting because it's 2013. The question is, because 2013, does this video card work with Nimes drivers? Because now I have Adrenaline 19.11. Very good question. Definitely gonna test this video card in the future with some new drivers. 2 gig of VRAM, it's almost at the edge. There was a couple of games that managed to butcher the performance because of the VRAM, but I will never play those games. I will definitely find older games or close to the video card's age in order to benefit from it, you know. So it needs to be older, the games, in order to make the video card shine. Usually a video card like this doesn't go in a big machine like like this because you only use it for testing some how shall I say, some main boards or just installing the computer. Usually you put this in a low profile or a cheap computer, then you restore it and just slap in a video card like this. It's got HDMI, it's got all kinds of stuff, and then you can utilize it and give purpose to an older machine or next to nothing. Usually when you get something for free, you put something like this inside and you're gonna have some fun. Very, very interesting GPU, you know. It's good to have it in a box somewhere as a backup when you want to restore a computer. If I want more from this, I have to go in an older operating system, older games, maybe Windows XP, who knows. Maybe it will be very interesting to put it in Windows XP. I'm not joking, with older games with 1024, 1280 low resolution, will be very interesting. It's got the port, but I can use HDMI there. Usually a video card like this, you will get it in a computer, like all-in-one, or maybe a dodgy computer, and just, oh, look at that, the display adapter. I got the display adapter for free because I kept the computer. If you manage to reach until now, I will really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Seriously, it will help a lot. If you have any suggestion for this video card in the future for maybe Windows XP or Windows 7, leave a comment, and as usual, I will see you very soon.